One of my most anticipated games of 2017 is a game that we didn't even know about until about a week or so ago, and that is Doom on the Nintendo Switch. Doom on the Nintendo Switch? What is this wizardry? This Switchcraft, trademark Switchcraft by the way. I'm the one who made that up. But that's pretty much what these third parties are doing, is Switchcraft, bringing these high fidelity, high graphical fidelity, multi-platform releases to the Nintendo Switch. Now I know what you're saying to yourself. RGT 85, you have a PS4, you have an Xbox One. Why don't you just buy Doom on that? It's been out forever. Well, I already did. I have Doom on the PS4. Doom on the PS4 is one of my favorite, if not my favorite, PS4 games. But the ability to take it with you on the go, the ability to have it portable, is really attractive to me. So today, we finally got an embargo lift on footage, preview footage, all off-screen in tablet mode of Doom running on the Nintendo Switch. So how does it look? What's going on? What are people saying about it? Let's look at it and let's talk about it. So one of the big things about Doom is the graphical style. There's a lot of polygons, a lot of lighting, a lot of textures and stuff like that. And it's a really impressive game graphically. It's one of the main reasons that the game succeeded so well, in my opinion, because of just how it looked and how it felt and whatnot. And when you're looking at the PS4 version, the Xbox One version, and the PC version, which of course was the best of the three in terms of graphical fidelity, there is a lot to love about Doom. And we got to talk about this Switchcraft stuff, because really to get that game running on the Nintendo Switch with a competent version of it is pretty mind-blowing to me. But we've been seeing the Switchcraft. NBA 2K18 is a perfect example of that. There's a video floating around, I believe it's by IGN, where they're showing off the PS4 version versus the Switch versus the Xbox One version. And there is a difference, but it's negligible when you really factor in portability and whatnot. Yes, the frames per second is less. It's 60 frames per second on the PS4, 30 frames per second on the Nintendo Switch. But the game still plays great, the game still runs great, the game still looks great, and that's all that really matters at the end of the day. Numbers don't really matter to me that much. Sure, I would like 60 frames per second and 1080p graphics or 4K graphics, but at the end of the day, as long as it looks good, as long as it plays good, that's all that matters to me. I don't care about specs. And when you look at the footage that we got of Doom today, it's very impressive in my opinion. So multiple outlets have gotten their hands on Doom for the Nintendo Switch, but out of all the outlets, I think Nintendo World Report had the best clarity in their video. So that's the video I'm going to be referencing in this video. I'll have the link to it in the description box down below, so make sure you check out that whole video so you can really get a feel for it. But right off the bat, they're playing one of the early levels in the game, and it looks great. The level is sort of a desert level. I vividly remember playing it on the PS4, and I was really blown away with how good it looked. Yes, the game is confirmed to run at 30 frames per second, but can you really tell? Like, look at that footage. You gotta figure this is off screen, probably being taken by a camera or, a cell phone, a tablet, who knows what they used, and it still looks that good. Think of the jump that we saw from 2K18 from the shaky off-camera footage to, docked mode, which I put up on the channel. Like, there was a big jump in graphics, and it still looked good in that footage we saw, but it looked even better in the footage that I put up when it was in docked mode, and I fully expect Doom to have the same thing. It looks like there's gonna be the same enemy placement, the same enemy types. You still have those cool melee attacks where you like rip off a limb and throw it across the screen. It looks phenomenal. And the fact that it runs at 30 frames per second doesn't really matter that much to me. As long as it runs good, as long as it's locked to 30 frames per second, as long as it looks good and plays fluidly, and everything I've seen so far, looks like Doom. It looks like looks like how when I played it on the PS4. And this version of Doom will also have all of the DLC in it, so that's cool, because honestly, I never picked up the DLC from Doom. Even though I love the game, it was my favorite game of 2016 on the PS4, I'm not really big on DLC. I tend to never check out DLC unless it's a game I really just want to get more into. And I was very satisfied with the campaign of Doom. I was very satisfied with the multiplayer of Doom, so I never saw the need to check that stuff out. But now that it's on the Switch version, that's even a bigger bonus for me. And what I really like about this is how they are breaking up the game in in terms of storage, because obviously 2K18 was sort of a train wreck for some people. You know, having to get a micro SD card in order just to play the game was definitely, you know, a faux pas by 2K. So what they're doing with Doom is actually very interesting. I mentioned this in my Nintendo Switch memory crisis video, but I do want to bring it up again just in case you missed that video. So what they're doing is they're putting the single player on the cartridge and they're putting a multiplayer via download. And that's genius. That is what all of these companies need to do. Obviously, Doom is going to be a massive game. It is a massive game no matter what platform you put it on. It is a very high graphical game that is going to use a lot of, you know, memory space and stuff. I get that. So by putting the single player on the cartridge and having a download for the multiplayer, you're preserving the single player. Like, that is what you want to do. That is perfect. That is ideal. So if 15 years from now you want to play some Doom on the Nintendo Switch, you pop in your cartridge, you boot it up, and you play it. You don't have to worry about, you know, everything else. And the multiplayer servers are going to be down by then anyways, or they'll be a barren wasteland. So kudos to id Software and the company that is porting it over to the Nintendo Switch. Their name escapes me right now, because this looks like a very good version of Doom. And the fact that you'll be able to bring it with you, the fact that it's going to have that portability aspect. We have to stop comparing the PS4 and the Nintendo Switch and the Xbox One all on the same plateau, because with a PS4 and an Xbox One, I like those systems. They are great systems. There's tons of great games, but you are tethered to a television. The Switch isn't meant to be able to, you know, replicate the same style of game that are on that system. But the Switchcraft comes in and you're getting these awesome ports, and that's what's making this system so exciting for me, is that these aren't, you know, crappy ports, dumbed down ports, missing features, you know, missing, you know, huge graphical elements. This isn't the Wii U era. This isn't the Wii era. God, remember the Wii era for ports of games like those? Oh my God, we're not even gonna talk about that. But this is very exciting to me. I think Doom looks phenomenal running on the Nintendo Switch, and I cannot wait to see more. I hope we see some docked footage. The game is scheduled to release, a lot of rumors are saying, in December, and honestly, it's one of my most anticipated games of 2017 right now. I cannot wait to play through the story mode again. I cannot wait to play multiplayer with some of you guys, because it looks phenomenal. So let me know what you think of the footage in the comments section down below. Once again, the full video for the Nintendo World Report video, which I thought was the best quality footage, will be in the description box, so make sure you check that out. If you're new here, make sure you subscribe to the channel, hit that like button, and I will catch you guys next time. Later.
RGT 85, RGT 85. RGT 85, RGT 85.